Let's get to the St. Louis Blues, who their most exciting thing this offseason was pulling off their patented double offer sheet. It had never been done before. They made it up. Honestly, kind of a cool move. Took me a while to wrap my head around it being a cool move. It shocked the NHL in a time where everything was kind of boring for the NHL. And finally, the NHL in the offseason was able to say, how about something exciting happens involving the Edmonton Oilers? The 1 week that we didn't have any news in the NHL, something crazy happened to the Oilers, and it was the Blues who went out and double offer sheeted on Philip Broberg and Dylan Holloway, who got both players because the Oilers let them walk. I think the most exciting thing about the St. Louis Blues, and Sean, if you could throw up their social media team's reaction to Utah scoring on themselves. Congratulations to Utah on their first goal as a franchise. I remember at the time of the offer sheets, Pete, you said, what if their identity, because they don't have an identity, what if their identity is just be assholes? I think maybe that's what they're doing. They're just like, let's be heels. I'll be honest, for a team that didn't do a whole lot other than those offer sheets, they dumped Kevin Hayes. They have Torrey Krug out for the season. I don't know how exciting they're going to be. I think they're kind of in no man's land. I'll take them being the team that fucks with people.
Yeah, and I really, there are a lot of signs pointing them being the biggest assholes on the block. Obviously, the double offer sheet, that social media thing that you just mentioned, gotta mention, they signed Ryan Suter, makes them big-time assholes. And then number 4, they employed Jordan Binnington. This is the asshole team in the NHL.
Okay, you mentioned the Ryan Suter signing makes them assholes. Obviously, we agree. To clarify, that's mainly because what kind of asshole signs Ryan Suter at this point?
Yeah, and Ryan Suter might be an asshole.
All right, and I'll also note, though, they did it in a asshole way because they did the least fun version of signing Ryan Suter. Do you know that Ryan Suter's contract is for only 1 year? Can't be bought out. It would have been cooler if they gave him a 2-year deal and then we spent the whole year being like,
that buyout. I know a buyout. Hate to see Ryan Suter coming.
The St. Louis Blues have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That's fair. I don't think Ryan Suter's getting any multi-year contracts at this point.
Do it, Doug. They also have don't they have the GM switcheroo thing that's coming up?
They do, yeah.
Steen is gonna take over at some point
in like 5 years.
They've announced that at some point their leadership will be different. It's like you're a fucking like fringe wild card team. Your leadership is definitely going to be different in a couple of years.
Hey, thanks for watching the channel.
We appreciate everybody who checks out our stuff, but 80% of our viewers are not actually subscribed to this page, so if you could smash that subscribe button, it would go a very long way for us.
The more subscriptions we have, the more visibility we get from YouTube, which allows us to do more.
So press that button. Thank you.
I do like that they announced that, though, before they did the double offer sheet, because like a big thing around why GMs don't offer sheet is because like they'll never have friends again in the league.
Yeah.
Well, I love that they were just like, hey, by the way, I'm not long for this job, so I'm just going to offer sheet all your players.
Sean, do you have the picture of of Dylan Holloway? There's Dylan Holloway's headshot, by the way.
He looks happy.
If you don't remember how the offer sheets went down, they threw, I believe, $3.8 million or 4.8, something crazy at Broberg to get him to go. And then I think like $2.9 million at Dylan Holloway. And the thinking was,
I think it might be even less than that. It might have been like 2.1
through
or something.
Holloway was 2.29.
Okay.
2.29.
Very doable.
You got to do it if you're Holloway. You got to do it. You definitely got to do it if you're Broberg. Like, sign those are no problem. The one that we all thought at the time, we were like, oh, don't know about Broberg. They'll probably keep Holloway, though. But then it would have been tough for them they wouldn't be able to trade him if they got him. So they let them both walk. But that headshot, even though Dylan Holloway is not known to smile in pictures, that Holloway thing, the headshot gave a lot of, I was led to believe this wasn't going to happen. Just sign the offer sheet, they said. But look, good for him. He's going to get opportunity there. And Broberg especially is going to be a top 4 guy there with Krug out.
And like, I don't hate their forward group. Don't hate it. There's some question marks.
I don't
there.
love it.
I don't love it either. I definitely didn't say I loved it. I don't hate it. I do really hate their defense.
Their defense
is atrocious.
Colton Parayko, I love. The rest of their defense upsets me generally, especially if Daily Faceoff right now projects their third pairing to be Nick Leddy and Ryan Suter, which shout out Nick Leddy.
Don't even bother.
But don't put them. I guess like don't.
I'm looking at it right now.
Don't do that.
I have it saying Leddy paired with Parayko, which I don't love that either, because then you've got first pairing defenseman Nick Leddy in the year of our Lord 2024 and 2025. That is insane behavior. But the big thing for me, like, I think that this team could be an absolute hot mess. And the biggest reason why is because Jordan Binnington had a really good year last year for the most part. He is not that guy all that consistently. We've seen him really go up and down. Like, if he regresses this year, what is that team going to be if they were as mediocre as they were with him being great last year? And I don't know how much better they got this year. So this team could be a real mess.
Can we jump ahead? You mentioned with the Blackhawks, they are no guarantee. And the Blackhawks were the second worst team in the NHL last season. You said they are no guarantee to finish bottom of the Central.
This is the team I would put.
When I agree with you, I'm thinking about the St. Louis Blues.
Correct. Yeah.
This is a team that I think is more likely to bottom out than to make the playoffs.
Correct.
We all silly like the mayor.